This is the one tool every leader needs to have in their communication tool belt if they want to resolve conflict more effectively. I'm talking about the thing that actually prevents you from charging in, headstrong, pushing through a resolution so that you can actually be seen and experienced as someone who's more aligned with how you truly want to be as a leader. Now, Mark Twain said it best when he said, "The right word can be effective, but no word was effective as the rightly timed pause." Now, a pause is simply a gap that exists from when you wanted to react initially to when you decided to interact intentionally. And inside that gap is space and time. Now, the time in that gap may only be the time it takes for a single breath. It may be 20 minutes. It might be 24 hours or longer. But in that gap, what's magically happening is that we are coming out of our hijack of that emotional reaction so we can engage more thoughtfully and intentionally. Now, how do you know when a pause should be used? Well, if you are feeling reactive, you're thinking, wait a second, this isn't how I saw this going, or you're curious, like, well, how did they get there? That's not what I was intending. Anything that's kind of got you off balance and off your game, and you're kind of feeling like, what is going on here? That's a perfect indication that a pause would be a wonderful thing to try. Now, you can use a pause in 3 ways. The first is to request one yourself. You start to recognize and build that self-awareness that when you are not feeling aligned with your core values, how you would like to be seen and experienced as a leader, that you would like to request an adjournment. And it may sound something like this. You know, this topic sounds like a really important one, and I'd like to consider everything that's been brought up to date. Can we take an adjournment and reconvene tomorrow? This will give you time then to consider all of the elements, what's important, what the direction is, and what you really want to do in this relationship. The second way to use a pause is to gift a pause. You're in a conversation with somebody who you are experiencing as having a heightened reaction, maybe being a little bit more forceful in their direction, less ability to listen and contemplate what's really on the table. This would be another place to use a pause and say, hey, you seem really passionate about this. I think let's just take a break, consider everything that's been said, and let's get together again so we can see how we can move this forward. Now, the third way is to pre-negotiate the pause. And pre-negotiating is really putting common language around what it would look like in our company when you're in conflict with somebody and you need a break. So we're creating some social norms around asking for that space. In pre-negotiating a pause, you would pick a code word. You can just use, I need a pause, or you can pick something different like red flag, green umbrella, purple butterflies. Pick something that will stand out in your organization so that when it's said, it's not said routinely in conversation, but it is something very specific that would be utilized when people feel like they need a break. So let's just say it's purple butterflies. It's a random thing that you wouldn't have in daily conversation in the workplace. Next, you want to do is define what does purple butterflies mean. And so this is going to take a look at when somebody says purple butterfly, it stands for I'm feeling emotional or reactive. I need to take a break to consider what's happening. I don't want to say something I will regret, and I'm committing to meeting you in a certain time frame. So all that needs to be said in that moment is purple butterflies. Everybody just nods their head, they agree, and they commit to the time that they will meet. Now, I'm curious, have you ever used the pause? How would you use it going forward? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you.